Hello ladies and gents to No Drama Just Movies Rapid Reviews. So I watched Ironheart episode 3 recently and I had some thoughts. I'm starting to really like what Sonia Denis does with Clown. There's an enjoyment here that transfers over to the viewer. I liked the scene of the gang hanging out at the beginning, but there's still real character moments missing. Case in point, when Clown says she wants to use the money to open a school just before revealing that it would just be a front, I would have expected a reaction from the others in between those two beats. I'm assuming everyone except Riri knows her well enough. What is their reaction to Clown saying the first part? This could then prompt her to say the second. Yay! Joe is back! Nothing against the other actors, but Ehrenreich brings a different level of energy to this that is just so fun to watch, even when he's quieter, and I still love his interactions with Dominique Thorne's Riri. I like this minor character shift as well, where Joe is taking a little more control, and I can already see that going in a very dangerous direction. On a similar note, I really like what Lyric Ross is doing with N.A.T.A.L.I.E, and I like her interactions with Thorne as well. There's a lot more speed between them, which works really well to set it apart from other interactions. There's a hint when Riri and N.A.T.A.L.I.E hang out in the park of Riri still struggling to accept her as a real best friend, but I wonder if this should be a stronger internal conflict, given how much N.A.T.A.L.I.E meant to Riri. I think I want to see more of that inner struggle, because it could be a very emotional internal battle. Think of the scene in Gary's garage, for example. I'm not an expert on panic attacks, but I'm guessing that if Riri's having one because she remembers the day her best friend died, seeing N.A.T.A.L.I.E right in front of her might not be as helpful. Wouldn't Hollow Nat be more of a trigger than a solution? The reveal of who Joe really is felt a bit weak. I think I wanted more of a dun 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 moment instead of what we got, which blends too much with the rest. That said, I did like the scene between them as Riri's patching him up. How Thorne delivers the speech about Gary, the quiet moment between Riri and Joe. And I liked that the crew allowed this moment to land softly instead of getting out of that scene with a big action beat. I like this heist to break into Heirloom a lot more than the others. I love seeing the steps of getting inside, the different roles the members play. It felt more planned than the other heists, which gives the team more credit than just seeing them punch their way through. I also love that Hunter was allowed to be a step ahead of Parker's team, getting them in real trouble, forcing Parker's hand and letting us see what the Hood can do and how far Parker is willing to go. I'm not sure how on board I am with N.A.T.A.L.I.E being her own separate superhero. She's a little too much Ironheart here, taking the fight away from Riri. At first, I wasn't sure about Riri letting John die because she's supposed to be the hero, but I love that this is now something she has to emotionally deal with. I do wish they wouldn't have brought in that she lost Joe's biomesh so soon after that. It just muddles her reaction. Overall, this was an enjoyable episode. We spend a lot more time with the characters, which I loved, and we're getting some previously unseen facets of them and some intriguing development. I'm definitely more on board and curious to see where we go from here. And that's all. Roll credits.